Hello and welcome, David Baker. Welcome to the Wisdom for Life podcast. We want to give you wisdom, knowing what to do, having the power to do it, and especially in your family, especially in your home, especially with your children. It's such a big deal. So many times in life, those things, if it's that squeaky wheel gets the grease, as we say, they have the kids okay. Yeah, they're not perfect, but, they're not really bad, and they're not as bad as the neighbor's kids. So, hey, I'm okay. They haven't got in really bad trouble. So many things like that we deal with, and we don't deal with it. We don't fix the problems and the little things that come up. And years later, we look and go, wow, what happened? What did we do? What should we have done? So we're talking about things that we do that provoke our children to wrath. Okay. The Bible says, fathers, provoke not your children to wrath. We do not want to do that. When we provoke our children to wrath, we're going to create a lot of problems. Ephesians 6:4, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. That's discipline and teaching. Colossians 3:21, fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. There are things, fathers and mothers, that we can do that can provoke them to wrath, that can create a lot of problems for us. Now, you guys know I do not believe that the kid should be in charge and the kid gets his way, and we do whatever we can to please them. And so many parents do. They think whatever the kid wants, that's what they get. I saw this meme where this mother is saying, look, our children, we as parents, we're there to listen to them and to help them. And if our child thinks that he's a boy, if our girl thinks she's a boy, then we need to listen to them. They know what they are. And the rest of the meme was Andy Griffith come on and said, no, that's not how it works. You can't let the kid. They don't know what to do. I think I'm a bunny. I think I'm a cat. Okay, then our job is to help you be a cat. No, our job is to teach them and train them. So parents, it really is important. By the way, if you haven't taken the Good Kid Quiz, go do that, thegoodkidquiz.com, and see how your kids are doing. All right, so we talked about favoritism, playing favorites with them, not a good thing. The Bible, men did that, and it caused problems. Overprotection, okay? Overprotection. Parents do that, and it causes, provokes them wrath. Perfectionism, okay? Perfectionism, where we try to hold them to a standard that is way higher. I understand encouraging, pushing, helping them. I understand that, but perfectionism is not something anyone can achieve. And if your child thinks that they cannot please you because nothing they ever do is good enough, they won't try anymore. They'll try to please someone else, and it won't be you, and you won't like that. All right, feeling unwanted. Hey, is your kid an accident? Well, we didn't plan for them, so yeah, we joke about them being an accident. Don't. If your child feels unwanted, that's something that can provoke them to wrath. Imagine being joked about that, boy, we weren't expecting you. Oh, wow, you came along. Any problems come, extra bills come. The child thinks, okay, they really don't want me. And that's gigantic, feeling unwanted. You take a child that was given up for adoption, what they have to deal with, the mental capacity to know, why would my mother not want me? Why would they give me away? It's a big mental hurdle. And if your child thinks that they were not wanted, it's a big deal that way. My wife's home, her mother, and in our home, they would not let them call the other kids brats. So, older sister, you're just a little brat. They can't do that. My wife's mother wouldn't let them, and my wife wouldn't let our kids, because brat meant unwanted. And every one of you was wanted, is what her mother would tell all the kids. So they were not allowed to call them that. You're a little brat. We don't call our kids that. We don't let their siblings call each other that, because all of our children were wanted. They need to know how much they're loved and prayed for and wanted. We wanted you. We prayed for you. And when God sent us to you, we were so excited. We were so happy to have you. How do they feel now? Wow, okay. I was loved. I was wanted. They look forward to me. Mommy, what was it like? They love to see pictures of themselves with you. It's a big deal. Yeah, we didn't realize. Yeah, you were an accident. Yeah, we weren't planning on you. Yeah, you came way later. Wow, what a thing. And we say it funny. We think we're joking, but for a child, it's not. It can definitely provoke them to wrath. Do not leave that. A brat means an unwanted child. Okay, and so don't ever do that. Then, not letting children be children. Not letting children be children. Guess what children are? They're children. Okay, to play, to do kid things. Um, Kids are going to mess stuff up. They're going to break things. We never spanked our children if they broke something, unless they were disobeying when they did it. So if we said, all right, don't take that cup and spin it on your finger, and we turn around and they're spinning it on their finger and they dropped it and it broke. They did not get a spanking because they broke it. They got a spanking because they disobeyed. Boy, in our home, so many times things were broken by accident, and never in trouble. Never raise our voice, never. Why? It's an accident. That's going to happen. Yes, be careful. But if they were disobeying while they're doing it, that's a whole different story. Letting children be children. My pastor would teach us to be a childish, juvenile adult. What's that? When you become a teenager, don't forget childhood. Just add add a teenager to a child. So a teenager's not too cool. He can't get down with the kids and play with them. When you become adult, don't forget to be a child and a juvenile. There are times to act like a teenager in pranks and jokes and tease and play. There's a time to do that. Don't be so old you can't be a kid. Don't be so old and fuddy-duddy you can't have fun and play like a teenager. You just add adulthood to that to be a childish, juvenile adult. Dr. House would teach that all the time. Let kids be kids. Let children be children. When they want to play, they want to be silly, they want to do that. That's okay. That's not disobeying. That's being a child. All right. Just because you're old, just because you're an old buddy-duddy, doesn't mean they can't and shouldn't be a child. Be a child with them. All right. What else provokes them to wrath? Not being just, not being fair, not being honest and just with them. If there's a reason why they can't do something, make sure it's just. Not just arbitrary, not because because I said so. That's not just. That's not fair. You don't have to tell them why, and they don't have to agree with your why. But you want to make sure you're being just. Just is justice. You have that balance, and you're balanced, and you're fair, and you're doing your best to try to be that way. Not being just can provoke them to wrath. Okay. To being just is to judge righteously. Sometimes they say, oh, we're not supposed to judge. Don't ever judge. I'm to judge righteously. What does it mean? I'm to judge within my area the right way according to the Bible. Now, I'm not to judge your kid because I'm not their dad. I'm to judge my kid because I am their dad. It's my job to bring justice, okay? The Justice Department, the Justice League, it's the Justice Center. We're going to see the Chief Justice. That's what it is. They're the judge. They have to judge. They're paid to judge. To say we're never supposed to judge is crazy. A whole book of judges. God set up judges before there were kings. So we're supposed to judge, but to make sure that we're judging righteously. What is that? Not judging based on our prejudice, not judging based on I'm in a bad mood. It's amazing how many parents won't spank their child until they're mad enough. That is so wrong. So wrong. If you're mad, don't spank them. If you're mad, don't. Calm down first before you deal with that. Do not ever spank in anger. You're not gonna be just. The judge's in a bad mood, so he's giving everyone the max today. All right, what's the maximum sentence? Why is he? What's wrong with him? And you find out his wife made him mad when he left the house, and he can't take it out on her, so he's going to take it out on everyone in court. That's not just. That's not just. How many times do we do that? We have a bad day at work. We come home and take it out on the kids. Really? No, that's not just, okay? We provoke them to wrath by not being just. Proverbs 31, verse 9, open thy mouth, judge righteously. We are to judge righteously. That's a father teaching his son. Son, you're going to have to judge, and you need to judge righteously. Don't judge by bribes. Don't judge by favoritism. Don't judge by how you feel that day. You judge righteously. In the areas of which I am overseer of that, a men's home, a Christian school, our family, for instance, men's home all the time, the director says, okay, here's someone, this is what they did, what are we going to do? And I always say, what do the rules say? What do the rules say? Christian school, this kid did this wrong, what do we do? What do the rules say? Well, the rules say this and this and this. Okay, and that's what we do, that's just. They had the rules, they knew the rules, they read the rules, they signed off on the rules, the parents knew the rules, so we're going to go by the rules. How come that's just? That's the way we're supposed to. Judge righteously, okay? Beg for the wisdom of Solomon. What a beautiful thing that he had and did to know what to do. Let's see. Let's give you one more for today. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. We said, Father, provoke not your children to wrath. What can provoke them to wrath? Hypocrisy. What's that? Saying one thing and doing another. None of us are perfect, but boy, we need to live it in front of them. How is it going to be? You're puffing on a cigarette. Hey, kid, don't you smoke. You hear me, boy? I'm telling you, don't you pick up a cigarette. Really? How's that going to work? Okay. Blankety blank kid, I better not hear you cussing. Really? How do you think that's going to work? None of us are perfect. Everyone is hypocritical in some way, but our kids should see consistency. They should see we are living what we say we believe. When we slip, we fall, we apologize to them. We ask them to forgive us. True, honest, we do. But our kids, that shouldn't be often. They should see and know, you know what? My dad does what he practices what he preaches. He's the same at home as he is at church. He's the same at home as he is in front of other people. It is what it is. He is what he is. You see what you get. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be someone who's so opposite of what other people think they are. That's not going to be good for you. That's not going to be good for your child. They need to see consistency. They need to see you being here, what you are there. None of us are perfect. I'm not a perfect dad. I'm not a perfect father, a husband, pastor. But kids will say, hey, Dad's dad. He is what he is at home. He is what he is at church. He is what he is when he's out. They need to see that. They need to know that this is real. If you are a hypocrite, say one thing and do another, you're not going to rear good kids, and you can very easily provoke them to wrath. They're going to see through that, and it will not be good and not be helpful for you. Okay? Hey, enough for today. I like to give these short ones, give you a little thought. If I give you too many, you're not going to be able to think about them. Okay? The new ones today, hypocrisy, not being just, not letting children be children, and feeling unwanted. Okay? And feeling unwanted. Make sure that you are not provoking your children to wrath. It will not be good for them or you. Okay? Hey, God bless you, and have a great week.